Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. When I hit 35,000 subscribers, I'm doing a silver giveaway. That's in 300 more subscribers. When I hit 36,000 subscribers, I'm doing another silver giveaway. When I hit 37,000, I'm doing another silver giveaway. When I hit 38 and 39,000, you guessed it, I'm doing another silver giveaway. And when I hit 40,000 subscribers, I'm giving away over $1,000 worth of silver. So you might want to click that subscribe button. I'm just saying. Now, this video is talking about politics, but it's not a political type of video. We're talking about Joe Biden, all the things that are in line for the future of America, how it's going to affect the price of precious metals. I don't care about your opinion on who should have won or anything that has to do about that. And you shouldn't care about that for me either. What you should care about is how these things are going to affect the price of silver and how we're going to be able to adjust and adapt to it to make our strategy as profitable as possible. Investors focus on the real stuff, not the opinions, not the noise. And anyone who does become emotionally invested into all the noise is at a very, very high disadvantage, because that is how you get distracted. That is how you lose track of the real reasons you're investing, and that's also how you get distracted in the day-to-day stuff. You miss the bigger picture when you get caught up in all the chaos and the controversy. So with that said, there is going to be a lot of excessive overspending, more stimulus in place, and we know that that is going to affect the price of precious metals. Now, when we do start throwing all this money out that we don't have, it's going to weaken the dollar, because then we have to print more dollars, over flooding the market, and that hurts the dollar. It makes it weaker. We know there's a direct correlation to the dollar strength and precious metals strength. When the dollar index is low, gold and silver is high, and vice versa. So I can guarantee that over the next 5-6 months, silver prices will remain pretty bullish. But that's not enough to keep silver high. It really isn't. But that's not the only thing that's in favor for silver. See, there's a lot of different reasons why silver's bullish. If that was the only reason, I wouldn't be as bullish about precious metals as I am. I wouldn't be so sure. But it seems like, that saying, all roads lead to Rome. It's kind of like that with silver. Every single scenario that's in place that could, should, or would happen is all going to put silver on top. I could give you 100 reasons why silver will be bullish over the next 3-5 years, maybe even a decade. And I can give you 100 reasons why stocks won't be bullish over the next 3-5 years to a decade. Think about it. Silver is needed more and more and more, especially with Joe Biden and the green energy revolution. Silver is going to be highly needed. The demand is going to be like we've never seen before, especially with electric vehicles, 5G, new technologies as we advance into a new digital era. Silver is going to be one of the key players in the game. So we know that silver is going to be needed. So that means the production has to keep up with it. But if that doesn't happen, there's going to be a silver shortage. It's going to be scarce, which is going to push premiums extremely high. And then the producers turn into consumers, which is already starting to happen. That's why you see these extremely high premiums on American Eagles. But what else? What else? Remember when we talked about the gold to silver ratio hitting 125 to 1 in March? Now it's down to about 72 to 1. Which is already almost half of what it was. So silver has outperformed gold drastically. But there's a lot more room to run, meaning silver is going to keep outperforming gold. Why? Because silver is an industrial metal, not only a monetary metal like gold. Gold only benefits when the economy is in bad shape. Silver is when the economy is in bad shape or good shape. Now, yes, excessive overspending is going to weaken the dollar, but it could give people hope for a recovery. Now, whether that happens or not, silver is still going to come out on top, and that's kind of like that all roads lead to Rome. Whether we do recover, whether the vaccine does work, which is also throwing out a lot of money to distribute it and create it, which is going to weaken the dollar even more. But besides the point, that's just another reason. But whether the vaccine does work and this virus starts to, dissipate, that would still help silver. Still help silver. Tell me anything else that has that much potential. Anything. Nothing does. And over the next 3 to 5 years, as not only America's trying to go green, but countries like China, the whole world is trying to go solar panels. Photovoltaic cells, which have silver inside of it, is a no-brainer that silver is going to be one of the number one needed assets on the planet. But there's not much of it, and it is getting harder to find, and it's getting more expensive. And plus, miners really don't like looking for silver. I mean, if you were a business, if you were a mining business, would you really want to take the time to look for an asset that's only $25 an ounce compared to another metal that's $2,000 an ounce? Think about it. Gold, it can put a lot more money in your pocket. But, like I said, silver is needed more. But they don't care about the consequences that's going to cause. For 11 years, they haven't cared. Silver found by accident. They don't care. They should, but they don't. Now, the other day, I posted a video talking about how silver is headed into a new direction. And that direction has a lot to do with this S word that I hate. This S word is speculation. Now, this is one of the most important things that this video is going to cover. If, and I say if because I don't want to dramatize it, I don't want to exaggerate. But if silver starts to take on a life of its own, I think that's where we're going to start to see these numbers, these $50, $100 silver price numbers. Now, bear with me, though. That could be dangerous in the short term. That could actually be silver's downfall. Just like Bitcoin back in 2017. Yes, it skyrocketed to $18,000, but look what happened. It crashed harder than I've ever seen anything crash before, and it took nearly 4 years for it to really start gaining momentum again. Silver's a much, much, much slower type of investment. Silver is it's like the tortoise and the hare. Silver is definitely the tortoise, but it does come out on top at the end. Silver stackers will always get the last laugh. It's a gradual approach. It's actually meant more as a hedge against inflation, storing your money into the intrinsic value of metal, of silver or gold. As the dollar depreciates in value, as it weakens, it's like putting your money in a time capsule. It's not some get-rich-quick scheme. And if you're in it for that, you're in it for the wrong reason. You can make money that way, but it's a lot riskier. You might as well risk your money with Bitcoin or something along those lines. It's not that type of investment, in my opinion. There are quick flippers. There are these people that buy expensive coins at auctions or whatever, try to reflip them on eBay. But most of the time, they do reinvest the profits into more coins. And hopefully they're putting a percentage of those profits into bullion to try to at least put some stability, some foundation into their stack. And I hope you're doing that as well. If you're only buying coins like kookaburras, pandas, your entire stack is based off of premium, based off the fact that you hope that silver won't start appreciating. Because think about how many more ounces you can get if you're buying generic silver or low premium bullion type of silver closest to spot price as possible. And then silver does hit $50, $100. You spend all this extra money on expensive coins when you could have been adding more ounces to your stack. See, a lot of times the type of silver you're investing in depends on what you think the markets are going to do. Not what I think, not what anyone else thinks. And that's a tricky question to ask. Do you think silver is going to hit $50 to $100 sooner or later? And if it's sooner, then you probably shouldn't be buying expensive coins, because you might as well be adding as many ounces to your stack as possible. But if it's going to be later, if you're more bearish or if you're more in this for the longer term, then yeah, you could be buying other types of coins. Diversification is obviously key, but you still got to think about this from a personal perspective. Silver stacking is very individual, and that's great. That's great though. right? We have the freedom to not only be in control of our own wealth, but also make decisions. And there's really no wrong way to stack. There's no wrong way. And that's why the comments on my videos that are saying, I'm doing it wrong or something about, whatever the case is, there's no wrong way. There really isn't. There's no wrong way to do it. It's an open-ended playing field. And you really don't know if you can't tell someone they're doing it wrong, because everyone has different financial situations, different amounts of income coming in on a different time frame. They have different times, exit strategies, different time frames of selling. They bought in at certain times. Maybe some people bought in at $15. Maybe some people bought in at $30. Maybe some people have less or more gold and silver than someone else does. It's so individual that you can't possibly try to judge someone else's stacking strategy, because you have no idea what direction they're headed or what their goals are or what their exit strategy looks like. And that's why I try to teach people to apply these principles to themselves instead of telling you what to do. It's because if I just tell you what to do, then what's going to happen if you need to adjust or adapt? You're going to be relying on me. And I really want you guys, it's like catching a fish for a man, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. I want you guys to be able to teach yourselves and reapply the strategies and these tools, so then you can always keep growing and profiting. And if you want to go in a different direction, you could still apply the stuff that you've learned. Silver is going into a much different direction. The way silver was, or the markets or the things that were influencing it, are a lot different back, several decades ago than it is today, and it's going to be a lot different in the future. So adjusting and adapting is probably the most important two words. I always say patience, balance, and budgeting, but adjusting and adapting is also right up there. Those 5 words are definitely the most important. Now I'm going to wrap this video up right here. I just wanted to give a little insight on, what could be up to come. And also, I really wanted to talk about, I wanted to bring this to the topic for you guys to ponder about, how you could adjust or adapt, or what it would look like. Or also, I really wanted to raise the question on what is your opinion or your idea or your forecast or prediction on silver's price, how long it's going to take to get to these levels, what price you're going to even sell at. Because if you're not planning on selling at $50, then it really doesn't matter. But if you're someone who's going to be planning on selling, cashing out $50 to $100, and you're only in this for the short term, you might want to reanalyze what type of silver you're buying. Get back to the basics. Remember the reason you started stacking. And it really could help get you back on track before it's too late. Not all the time you're going to be making the best investments. Adjusting is also important. I had to adjust last year. I made a video last year. I got way off track, because there's all these beautiful coins coming out, these coins that are just amazing. And sometimes the hobby, the collector in me starts going way off to left field, and sometimes I gotta take it back to the basics and start buying bullion again. Right? It's not a bad thing. All you got to do is start adjusting. You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't got to make it all dramatic and, sell all your silver and try something. No, just start adjusting and adapting. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. I think you want to be subscribed, and I think you know why. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.